suddenly began to sing. If you suddenly sneeze, it must be me thinking of you. If you're woken up by your phone in the middle of the night, that's because I care. Often I wonder if what you say has a hidden meaning. I really want to believe it, but I can't help but doubt. In your heart, am I the only one? Love means I'm always bothering you. However, when Wang Xinyu began to sing, the people in the live stream fell silent. Wang Xinyu is 24 years old and very sweet looking. Her singing voice is also very sweet. In short, she is sweet and her voice is even sweeter. Coupled with this overly sweet song Love You by the Sweetheart Guru, for those young men and otaku, it was simply a bombing saturation attack. The barrage of insults that had just filled the screen began to undergo a drastic change at this moment. Oh my god, it's so good, her voice is too sweet. I, a 200-pound fatty, feel like I'm falling in love. What does speechless from the first note mean? This is what it means. This sweetness is a bit over the top. Oh my, I can't take it. Wang Xinyu's little gestures are too cute. Did she grow up eating cutie pops? How can she be so cute? Even as a girl I find Wang Xinyu too cute. I can't handle it. How can someone be this cute? Envy, jealousy, hate, So baby, say a little more sweet talk. If you miss me, look at me a little more. Show a little more so I can truly see. Oh bye, say a little less. I want to be with you for more than just one day. A little more so I'm willing, love you. If the beginning was a cute warning, then when Wang Xinyu sang the chorus accompanied by a cute leg-kicking dance, it was simply a cute frenzy. This leg-kicking dance seemed to kick directly into the hearts of those viewers. So cute. Too cute. I really want to take one home and keep it. Damn it, such a beautiful girl, she makes me have no impure thoughts at all. At this moment, the bullet comments were all uniformly scrolling with cute, too cute, and singing too sweet. So baby, say a little more sweet talk. If you miss me, look at me a little more. Show a little more so I can truly see. At this time, the audience didn't notice that their mouths were uncontrollably curving upwards. Their faces even showed a sweet smile. And when the song Love You ended, the bullet comments completely exploded. It's so good, this song is so sweet. I've never heard such a sweet song before. I'm such a jerk, I said harsh things to such a cute little sister before. I feel so guilty. Immediately, the bullet comments were a string of apologies, which made everyone laugh and cry. And Wang Xinyu looked at the screen full of bullet comments, calling her wife and goddess. Although her face showed no expression, her heart was already immensely excited. She hadn't been valued by her previous company for all these years, and she never expected to have a moment where she would be adored by so many people. Brothers, quickly open Kueishu and enter Lin Feng's fan meeting live stream. With just one song, all the viewers in the live stream exploded. At this moment, someone said in the comments section of the New Year's Eve concert. Oh my, the first song exploded? Did Lin Feng sing a new song again? Someone asked. Not Lin Feng, it's a new singer named Wang Xinyu, who sang a song called Love You and completely set the entire live stream on fire, the person explained. Oh my, no way, just a newcomer and the first song exploded? Do you guys not know good from bad or what? How good can a little girl like that sing? Shut up, you are not allowed to insult my goddess. Well, after just one song, Wang Xinyu had already become his goddess. So, a large number of people began to flood into the live stream. The live stream, which originally had only 2 million viewers, directly soared to 10 million after Wang Xinyu finished her first song, and the number was still increasing. After finishing that song, Wang Xinyu didn't leave the stage but remained there. Thank you everyone. Wang Xinyu looked at the screen full of comments, cheering her on, and quickly bowed in gratitude. It wasn't just the online viewers. The 300 audience members present were also captivated by Wang Xinyu's song Love You, and they were all loudly shouting her name. Next, I'll bring you a song called Missing You. Hope you like it. After saying that, Wang Xinyu stepped back a few paces to stand in line with the dancers. Immediately, the prelude to Missing You began, a style similar to Love You, both quite upbeat. Missing you, I love you. Face flushed, breathing fast, neurotic, often in a daze, hating to say goodbye. Your love has a habit, as soon as you're not around, longing will rebel. Smelling the scent of roses. Encountering a rainbow after the rain. Hearing a romantic love song. Love just acts up. Thump, 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 thump. If the sweetness of love you was 9 stars, then the sweetness of missing you had already exceeded 12 stars. Every line of the lyrics and every segment of the accompaniment were filled with a sweet aura, coupled with Wang Xinyu's illegally sweet voice that could give one diabetes. Just a few lines into the song, the audience had already been delivered a sweet blow by Wang Xinyu. Damn, this song is too good. More importantly, this young lady is too sweet. What did I find? What did I find? Does anyone want such a sweet young lady? If no one wants her, I'm taking her home. Naturally sweet, not at all artificial. Where did Lin Feng dig up such a sweet girl? This is truly a sweet girl. Wang Xinyu's former boss looked at this comment and was so angry that he grabbed a nearby pillow and bit into it. Where did he dig her up? He dug her away from me, and when he took her I was as happy as if it were New Year's. Tilda, I can't take it anymore. I'm going to die from sweetness. My diabetes is going to act up. I'm relieved to see you all like my wife so much. At this moment, such a comment floated by. However, that wasn't the main point. The comments below were too amusing. Great, I just got diabetes. I'll come and wake him up with a splash, one person replied. Brother, wait a minute, that's too easy for him. I have kidney stones, watch me smash him awake. When Lin Feng saw this comment, he immediately burst out laughing. Missing you, missing you, missing you, missing you, baby. Loving you so much I can't control myself. I want to become you. Missing you, missing you, missing you, missing you, baby. Please quickly say I love you. And when Wang Xinyu sang this line, the comments were uniformly I love you, and at this moment, strings of colorful bubbles emerged on the stage. This was specially arranged stage design. Surrounded by so many bubbles, Wang Xinyu, singing and dancing, became even more adorable and charming. Missing you, missing you, missing you, missing you, baby. I want you to love me very much, a new secret every day. Missing you, missing you, missing you, missing you, baby. I really, really want to be together with 0 time difference. At this time, Kueshu also understood the audience's emotions. Countless pink hearts fluttered in the live broadcast room, and all the comments also turned into cute pink fonts. This made the audience watching the live broadcast feel as if they were immersed in a pink ocean. Those who had just entered the live broadcast room were confused. What was going on? Wasn't this Lin Feng's fan meeting? Who was that girl singing on stage? Why was the live broadcast room so girlish? Love is like barbecue, 2 hearts, strung together, so close and loving. Your love is not just charcoal fire, it's fierce enough to ignite a bomb. Romance soaring to billions, hearts will melt together, super delicious and not greasy. Whose puppy is naughty, who sneezed, boring things about love. Regretting missing you, thump, 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 thump. However, after listening for only a while, that guy's heart was captured by Wang Xinyu's sweet voice. How could anyone not like such a cute and sweet girl? That guy felt that Wang Xinyu's every gesture and smile was directed at him, making him feel as if he was falling in love. I'm already captivated after just a few lines, this is unscientific. The guy immediately sent a comment to complain after he realized. Missing you, missing you, missing you, missing you, baby. Loving you so much I can't control myself. I want to become you. Missing you, missing you, missing you, missing you, baby. Please quickly say I love you. When Wang Xinyu finished the last line, her dance also stopped at the final movement. Wang Xinyu made a heart shape with her right hand next to her cheek, and her eyes playfully winked. Foul. Referee. She fouled. Murder. Lin Feng's fan meeting committed murder. A sweet young lady gave me a sweet blow, and now I feel uncomfortable all over, short of breath and dryme. Mouthed. After singing 2 very lively songs, Wang Xinyu was a little out of breath from singing and dancing. She took a few deep breaths to compose herself. Looking at the comments in the live broadcast room, Wang Xinyu couldn't be happier. She even happily waved at the camera. Wow, even waving hello is so cute. Why didn't I notice her before? Looking at Wang Xinyu's adorable appearance in the live broadcast room, and then looking at the fierce northeastern woman next to me, both are women, how can the difference be so great? Another netizen complained. At this moment, Wang Xinyu's sweet looks and voice left a deep impression on the audience. Finally, Wang Xinyu sang her third and final song, The First Person I Loved. Gray sky, your face, loved, hurt, cried, tired, and finally only goodbye remains. This was a sad love song, and when Wang Xinyu sang it, Her entire demeanor completely changed, becoming so melancholic and fragile. "Dear little sister, don't cry." Such a sweet girl singing such a sad love song made the audience in the live broadcast room feel so heartbroken, each of them wanting to be Wang Xinyu's Superman. Wang Xinyu's voice was truly beautiful. Everyone listened to the first person, I loved with rapt attention, and it took a while after the song ended for them to emerge from the music. Too good, I want the pure version. Just to get the pure version out today. It's too good, this will definitely become Wang Xinyu's masterpiece. I bet that from today onwards, Wang Xinyu will definitely become famous. This was only the first performance, and the number of viewers in Kuashu's live broadcast room had already reached over 30 million. Alright, thank you Wang Xinyu, for that wonderful performance. Please continue to support our Xinyu in the future. After Wang Xinyu left the stage, Ye Xiaoyu once again stepped up. Actually, I believe the most important thing about New Year's Eve is family happiness, so next, we have prepared a different program for all of you. Please welcome with applause the crosstalk performers, Teacher Guo Gang and Teacher Yu Qian. Immediately after, Ye Xiaoyu turned and walked off stage, while Guo Gang and Yu Qian came to the main stage amidst the applause of the live audience. Boring, why are they performing crosstalk on New Year's Eve? I hate crosstalk the most, it's long, winded and utterly uninteresting. Brothers, I'm out for now. Let me know when it's over. The 30 million viewers in the live stream plummeted rapidly after Guo Gang and Yu Qian came on stage, eventually dropping to only 10 million. Many of these 10 million viewers had only opened the stream, but were actually browsing other things. Unlike the crosstalk in his own world, crosstalk in this era was quite desolate. When Lin Feng first conceived the idea of writing crosstalk scripts, he had listened to some of the crosstalk in this world. Goodness, a 30-minute performance without a single punchline, and it was even constantly filled with educational meaning. This made Lin Feng not very fond of it. Crosstalk was supposed to make people laugh heartily. If you spend 30 minutes lecturing people, who would listen? Crosstalk performers emphasize speaking, imitating, amusing, and singing, but the most important amusing had become unimportant due to the influence of the general environment. This was the most significant reason for the decline of crosstalk. So Lin Feng seized this opportunity and wrote down all the crosstalk scripts he had heard. Back on the main stage, Guo Gang and Yu Qian came on. There was no difference between them and the two people in his impression. One was a short, chubby dark-skinned man, and the other had a head full of permed curls. When Guo Gang brushed past Ye Xiaoyu, his eyes stared straight at Ye Xiaoyu. Immediately, he couldn't help but follow Ye Xiaoyu off stage. Yu Qian, seeing this from the stage, quickly stepped forward and pulled Guo Gang back onto the stage. "What are you doing?" Yu Qian asked him. "Look at our female host, she's really beautiful," Guo Gang said with a smile, then opened his arms and made to go off stage again. "Come, big brother, will give you a hug." "Alright, this is a live broadcast, don't you dare act like a hooligan during the broadcast," Yu Qian quickly said to him. Right from the start, Guo Gang and Yu Qian did an impromptu gag, especially Guo Gang teasing Ye Xiaoyu, pretending to go off stage for a hug, and his earlier infatuated look, which made Ye Xiaoyu burst into laughter. And many of the viewers still in the live stream also started laughing. "It seems this crosstalk is different from what I knew before," a viewer commented. "Who did you say was acting like a hooligan?" Guo Gang asked Yu Qian at this moment. "Who else but you?" Yu Qian replied to him. Perfect tilde Guo Gang directly spat at Yu Qian and indignantly said, "Do you know what my identity is for you to call me a hooligan? Are you crazy?" "What is your identity?" Yu Qian asked him curiously. "Look at my temperament." With that, Guo Gang straightened his clothes, stood up tall and looked at the audience with a slight smile. Just this ability to perform and his comical actions made the live audience burst into laughter. And those viewers in the live stream who had originally planned to do other things also began to put down what they were doing and watch with full attention. "I am a military strategist." When Yu Qian couldn't guess, Guo Gang introduced himself, and then, like an embarrassed young woman, he covered his face. But Guo Gang's comical actions, coupled with his wild laughter, couldn't help but make everyone burst into laughter. "What the hell? This short, chubby dark-skinned man is a military strategist? I can beat 10 military strategists like him." Short, chubby dark-skinned man, you owe an apology to all the military strategists in the world. For a time, the bullet comments started to go wild. Chinese letter. Especially when Guo Gang struck a salute pose, it made everyone laugh even harder. He looks like that and claims to be a military strategist? The viewers watching the live stream were made to laugh heartily by Guo Gang's amusing actions. You look down on me? Guo Gang said to Yu Qian at this moment. I'm telling you, it's a good thing I didn't bring a gun today, otherwise, I'd shoot you for 10 minutes first. Grenades are 50 cents each, I'd throw $100 worth at you first. Brothers, hurry and watch Lin Feng's fan meeting, it's hilarious. What's wrong? Did Lin Feng sing? No, he's still doing crosstalk. My goodness, what's so interesting about crosstalk? This crosstalk is different from before, trust me, if you don't laugh, I'll streak tomorrow. As word spread, the previously decreased popularity surged crazily at this moment. 10 million. 20 million. 80 million. Finally, the number of people watching the live stream reached 80 million, which was a full 50 million higher than during Wang Xinyu's performance. At this point, the crosstalk finally began to get to the point. The general content was that Guo Gang was a military strategist from the Old Harmony unit. Everyone was gathered in an unknown location, undergoing training led by Private James, a 5-star general from the United States. The training included eye exercises, calisthenics, and so on. After 2 years of training, the Old Harmony unit disbanded on the spot and became security guards. And at this very moment, the Pentagon in the United States was hit by a plane. So our teacher Guo Gang re-emerged, flying in a helicopter for half a year, refueling over 100 times, and finally arrived in the United States. While eating crayfish with the President of the United States, terrorists arrived. Teacher Guo Gang first warned the President of the United States not to eat his spicy crayfish, and then went to duel with the terrorists. He was finally woken up by a slap from his wife, only to realize that it was all just a dream. This crosstalk segment lasted about 30 minutes, making the 300 audience members present, as well as Zhang Xian and others, laugh so hard that tears came to their eyes. The number of viewers in the live stream also reached 90 million at this time. They simply couldn't understand how someone could make crosstalk so funny. Teacher Guo Gang delivered a punchline almost every 3 sentences, so even though this crosstalk segment was 30 minutes long, everyone didn't feel tired at all. On the contrary, they felt a sense of wanting more. So crosstalk can be this funny, I'm impressed, a netizen commented in the bullet screen. My goodness, why did it just end like that? I haven't had enough yet. Among the over 90 million viewers watching the live stream, not a single person didn't laugh at Guo Gang's crosstalk segment, and it was the kind of hearty, unrestrained laughter. Several audience members on site had already slid off their seats from laughing. And girls like Zhang Xian, Chen Zixuan, and Ye Xiaoyu at this moment also disregarded their composure, each of them laughing with delight. It can be said that this crosstalk segment achieved complete success. At a New Year's Eve concert for a certain satellite TV station, a girl took a selfie and posted it to her Moments and her company group, wanting to show off. Sure enough, in less than a minute, people in the group and on her Moments replied, "What's so great about this satellite TV's New Year's Eve concert? We're all watching Lin Feng's fan meeting live on Kuishu. It's so exciting." Same here, teacher Guo Gang's crosstalk just now made me laugh so hard I'm still a little out of breath. And Wang Xinyu is also so wonderful, even as a girl, I think she's almost too cute. Her Moments were fine, but everyone in her group was discussing Lin Feng's fan meeting. Is it really that exciting? The girl didn't believe it, so she pulled out her phone, opened Kuishu Live, and easily found Lin Feng's live stream. Love, 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 ready to show off. Love, 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 battle. However, when the girl entered, there was no Wang Xinyu, no Guo Gang's crosstalk. Just a handsome man on stage, wearing a leather jacket and sunglasses, singing and dancing to the rhythm of the music. Oh my God, he's so handsome. God. Husband. And in the live stream, countless Fujoshi started going crazy for this man. Damn, how can someone be like this? Not only is he handsome, but his singing is also so good. And not only is his singing so good, but he also dances so well. At this moment, not only the viewers watching the live stream, but all the female audience members on site stood up and rushed to the front of the stage, looking at the handsome guy and screaming loudly. The boss of Zhang Xian's company, seeing the incredible stage presence of the artist he had sold, gritted his teeth. "He's my person too." The boss was on the verge of tears. "His name is Luo Zhixang, around the same age as Wang Xinyu. Because he was handsome, the company boss originally wanted to arrange for him to form a group and go on variety shows to make money. Because Luo Zhixang had his own artistic pursuits, he was shelved. Now, after being groomed by Fangxing Entertainment Company, he is radiating such charm. The woman at the New Year's Eve concert, after seeing the soft dances of the young idols at her concert, and then seeing Luo Zhixang's energetic singing and dancing in the live stream, felt an urge to cry. They both sing and dance, so why is the difference so huge? Luo Zhixang had completely immersed himself in the stage, as if he was born to be on it. "Scream!" Luo Zhixang shouted loudly when he got excited. And off the stage, not only the female audience, but even the male audience members were swept up in the passion. For a moment, the screams of over 300 people seemed to tear the roof off the hall. The entire fan meeting completely exploded. No one could sit still, everyone stood up and screamed loudly. And during the interlude, Luo Zhixang even performed a passionate solo, making the waves of sound on site rise higher and higher. Not only the audience on site, but the viewers in the live stream were also hyped up. "Damn, that's so lit I can't control my hands. Just watching the live stream is almost too much for me. How high must it be at the actual venue? I envy those who went to the site." Bang! With the last note, Luo Zhixang leaped up, raising a fist to the sky, while the 4 dancers around him all fell to the ground. Golden flames erupted from the stage, once again triggering a wave of screams. This song, A Unique Bloom, had ended, but the emotions of the audience on site and those watching the live stream had been completely ignited by Luo Zhixang. Luo Zhixang! Luo Zhixang! Luo Zhixang! The 300 audience members on site shouted with the momentum of what seemed like 30,000 people. The girl looked at her phone, then looked at the weak singing and dancing of the young idols on stage, and without a moment's hesitation, turned and left. "Xiao, are you leaving? Aren't you watching any more?" her good sisters who came with her asked. "What's so good about this crappy New Year's Eve concert? I'm going back to watch Lin Feng's fan meeting live on Kuoshu. That's truly spectacular," the girl called Xiao said, then put on her headphones and left without looking back. "Is it really that exciting?" The girls accompanying Xiao were a little skeptical, but this year's concert really seemed to be quite boring, especially after the requirement for live singing. It became even more unbearable. Off key, wrong lyrics, wrong tempo, forgotten words, everything happened. "Xiao, wait for us." And so, Xiao's friends also followed her out of the New Year's Eve concert venue. While waiting for a car by the roadside, the 4 young girls opened their phones to watch Lin Feng's fan meeting live on Kuoshu. "I truly like you. You are a super hot sweetheart, touching my reflexes. I'm chasing you. I truly like you. Don't let your eyes wander, pretending you don't care. And as they left the New Year's Eve concert venue, Luo Zhixang was just performing his second song. The lively rhythm, combined with Luo Zhixang's singing and dancing, was already enough to drive girls wild. What's more, Luo Zhixang's incredibly handsome face was constantly flirting with the camera. Those little fairies and Fujoshi all felt oxygen deprivation in their brains and difficulty breathing. They felt like they were falling in love. This song, Happiness Hunter, while not as explosive as the first song, A Unique Bloom, was even more capable of capturing the hearts of those Fujoshi and little fairies. Beautiful rhythm, simple lyrics, magnificent dance moves, plus that handsome face and those eyes that could instantly electrocute anyone. All of this was enough to captivate those girls. And coupled with Luo Zhixang's teasing little gestures, one might ask, which little fairy or Fujoshi at this moment wouldn't want Luo Zhixang to go all out on stage? So handsome. Look, even Ye Xiaoyu, who had seen so many big events with Ye Xiaoyu, couldn't help but exclaim at this moment. Immediately after, Ye Xiaoyu also rushed to the stage and cheered and screamed with the other female audience members. "You've got some nerve, Lin Feng, to actually turn Luo Zhixang into a singing and dancing idol. Isn't this deliberately cutting off the path for all those boy bands and young idols now? Have you playing the idol game with me? They're still far from it, Lin Feng said with a smile. Before his downfall, the time management master was the most top-tier, phenomenal idol singer. His stage effects could be said to be the absolute best in all of Asia, and there was no close second. And Lin Feng at this moment wanted to make Luo Jixing the second time management master. At this moment, as all the girls present were completely captivated by Luo Jixing, he left the main stage and came to the central substage, getting closer to the audience. After the song ended, the substage beneath Luo Jixing slowly descended. Mr. Yi, it seems you've put in a lot of effort to support your husband this time. Looking at the elaborately designed lift, Chen Zixuan smiled and said to Ye Xiaoyu. It turned out that this substage had an automatic lift, which was also meticulously designed by Ye Xiaoyu. She truly went all out to support Lin Feng. That's natural. My sister would go to great lengths for my brother-in-law. Although Ye Xiaoyu and Lin Feng didn't speak, Ye Xiaofen, sitting beside them, quickly chimed in. Those words were true, but why did Lin Feng find them so awkward to hear? What did my sister would go to great lengths for my brother-in-law mean? Isn't that usually something a boy does for a girl? What do you mean by saying that, kid? Are you implying that I, Lin Feng, am a kept man? Ye Xiaoyu glanced at Lin Feng. She was so clever that she naturally guessed Lin Feng's thoughts at this moment. Ye Xiaoyu leaned close to Lin Feng's ear and whispered, "Don't worry too much. If he's a kept man, he's a kept man. At least he's not eating their family's food." As she spoke, she playfully poked Lin Feng's chin with her finger, as if no one else was around. Lin Feng's neck twitched upwards from the teasing, looking very cute. Damn, he's off the stage already? I haven't fawned over him enough. When Luo Jixing left the stage, some fujoshi and little fairies immediately became anxious. Another song. Didn't my wife sing 3 songs? How come Luo Jixing only sang 2 and left? It wasn't just some fujoshi and little fairies. Even the male audience members were a bit confused at this moment, mainly because Luo Jixing's stage performance was too explosive. They hadn't had enough yet. What, your wife? That's my wife, someone below retorted. Bullshit. Look at your own homepage. You're married, so why are you arguing with us single dogs? All of you shut up. This is a time to discuss my husband, not your wives. However, just as the bullet comments and the comments below were in a heated debate, the music started again. Red flames began to erupt around the sub-stage. Of course, these weren't real flames, but were created by lighting. Then, a golden light shone down on the entire sub-stage. The next moment, accompanied by the rhythm of the music, Luo Jixing changed into a new outfit, wearing a trendy brand. He slowly rose from below, sitting on a very imposing and well-crafted chair. With the drum beat, the flames ignited once more, and Luo Jixing, holding a microphone, began to sing. Sorry, you've already fallen into the trap. What will black and white be like? It's uncertain. Once the king's game starts, opportunity or fate, both are thrilling. Love or not, don't decide with rock, paper, scissors. If you've fallen in love, don't cheat. To conquer you is an honor, or perhaps it's my luck. Luo Jixing sat on the chair with an arrogant and wild demeanor. This moment, the dancers on the main stage began to dance and walk towards the circular sub-stage. The dancers, each wearing a short yellow skirt, swayed their bodies provocatively. Meanwhile, Luo Jixing didn't need to dance. He just needed to sit in the chair and look cool, or rather, show off. And this song was specifically made for people who want to show off. Wild and willful, it's all fine. Softly call me king. The king will be commanded by you immediately. King's game, the champion's prize is your heart. The king has the power to make you happy. Don't stop this command. Although Luo Jixing didn't dance, the audience below swayed their bodies to the rhythm of the music. This song was a bit chauvinistic, with such domineering lyrics, but some young girls actually liked this kind of chauvinism. Otherwise, would they prefer something like sweet as candy-eaten peaches, or so cool? Why is it said now that daughters should be self-reliant? Because there are too many effeminate men in today's society. Yang Xiaoyan said that she once participated in a show where girls took half an hour to do their makeup, but the boys took over an hour. Upon learning this, Yang Xiaoyan directly pointed at these boys and called them sisses, even saying, "You shouldn't be men anymore, go to country X, get a sex change and become women." Because of this incident, Zhang Xian even received malicious curses from a group of little fairies, as several people were directly brought to tears by Zhang Xian's scolding. In the entertainment industry today, it seems that young idols must be dressed effeminately and speak in a cutesy manner. But now, Luo Zhixing's appearance is to tell those little fairies what a phenomenon level idol is. King's game, all rules are set by me. Win or lose, I love you. Let this game continue, continue. Male chauvinist pig is not my name. Don't overthink it like a lunatic. Even if I have male chauvinism, I'll spoil you to death. As he sang to this point, Luo Zhixing stood up, and the lift stage began to slowly descend, and with the end of a rap, a very curvaceous beauty, sitting on the chair that had just descended, slowly rose onto the stage. Oh, just be my king, king of my love, love's a game, make it hot. Yeah, tilde, oh, just be my king, king of my love, love's a game, make it hot, yet tilde. The girl sang with a breathy voice, which was incredibly sexy, coupled with her seductive figure, alluring eyes, and lazy swaying of her body. Her eyes were even more captivating, as if they could ensnare one's soul. Lin Feng and the other men cheered wildly. This wasn't singing, this was damn welfare, pure welfare. The next moment, Lin Feng felt a sharp pain. It turned out that Ye Xiaoyu, out of jealousy, had pinched Lin Feng's thigh. Hug her, rub her hair. Let me do it, I can fight. Not just Lin Feng, but all the male viewers in the live stream room were also boiling with excitement at this moment. At the end of the song, Luo Zhixing sat majestically on the chair, looking down on everyone like a king, while the sexy woman sat on Luo Zhixing's lap and exited the stage with the lift. At this point, Lin Feng's fan meeting reached its first climax. What? Say that again? Directors of various New Year's Eve concerts all received an unbelievable message through their headphones. The viewership ratings for the concert are experiencing a cliff-like decline. How is that possible? Even if the performances of the singers at this year's gala were not entirely satisfactory, the decline wouldn't be this severe. TV director stormed into the backstage of the studio. However, as he entered, a staff member was wearing headphones, swaying his body to the music. He didn't even react until the director came right next to him. A nearby staff member, unable to stand it any longer, pulled him. Only then did he see the director looking at him with a livid expression. Director, the staff member quickly removed his headphones and said, somewhat flustered. It seems quite leisurely backstage. You even have time to watch short videos, the director said coldly to the staff member, his face grim. I'm sorry, director, I won't dare to do it again, the staff member quickly said. But because he had only removed his headphones and not turned off his phone, the music from his phone continued to play. I'm sorry, director, the staff member immediately said, taking out his phone. However, the sharp-eyed director, as he took out his phone, immediately saw that it was a Kuoshu live stream, and he even noticed the name of the live room, Lin Feng fan meeting. The sharp-eyed director also saw that the number of viewers watching the live stream had already reached over 100 million. With such good eyesight, why is this director a director? Wouldn't it be better for him to be a sniper? Wait, let me see your phone. The director took the phone from the staff member's hand. Looking at the 100 million viewers watching the live stream, the director was also very curious. What was so good about this Lin Feng fan meeting that it attracted so many people? Spinning, jumping, I close my eyes, the clamor unseen, are you enchanted? White snow, summer night, I don't stop, blurring the years, the hourglass of light is crushed by me. Just now, the sexy woman who had exited with Luo Zhixing was now back on stage. But this time, she wasn't a backup dancer. She opened her mouth with a song called Dancing Queen, once again igniting a wave of excitement in the venue. Kai Yiling tilde, after a song ended, the 300 audience members present shouted with the momentum of 30,000 people, and on the bullet screen, the viewers watching this live stream were uniformly typing Kai Yiling. Just arrived, quick question, isn't this the Lin Feng fan meeting? Why hasn't Lin Feng appeared yet? At this moment, a fan of Lin Feng who arrived late asked. Lin Feng? Who is Lin Feng? Someone replied below. What's so good about Lin Feng? He better not come out. With that time it would be better to let my wife Wang Xinyu come up and sing 2 more songs. Let my husband Luo Zhixing come out and sing and dance a few more. Oh my god, I originally came to see Lin Feng, but now my mind is full of Luo Zhixing. I can't take it anymore. Looking at Luo Zhixing, and then, at my 2 100-pound husband next to me. I even want a divorce. Am I the only one who hopes Guo Gang and teacher Yu Qian will come back on stage for a crosstalk act? Count me in. I also hope Guo Gang and teacher Yu Qian go on stage. Their crosstalk was too funny. I'm still laughing just thinking about it. I watched the crosstalk in the restroom. That crosstalk literally kept me in the restroom for half an hour, and when I went to wipe, it was already dry. Damn it, upstairs, can you be any more disgusting? Looking at the comments below, the director now saw the problem. So, Lin Feng hadn't even appeared yet. Just these obscure singers had already pushed the atmosphere to such a degree. Continuing to watch, Cai Yiling had already sung 2 songs, and they were all energetic songs and dances, which was a big difference from the current girl groups. The current girl groups, or those female singers who call themselves singing and dancing artists, aren't really singing, they're just posturing on stage. To put it simply, they're just selling sex and being provocative on stage. But Cai Yiling's performance was different. It was real singing and real dancing. And not only that, her breath was very stable, and the stage had a lot of layers. Although Cai Yiling also had some provocative movements on stage, these were merely some dance moves. This Lin Feng, he's going to press the entire Chinese music scene's face into the ground and step on it, the director said sincerely after listening to 2 of Cai Yiling's songs and seeing her performance on stage. Director, is there something you needed? The staff member asked softly, seeing the director completely engrossed. What matter? There was something before, but now there isn't, the director said to the staff member with a smile. Earlier, when he heard from backstage that the viewership ratings for this New Year's Eve concert had plummeted, he had angrily come backstage wanting to see what was going on. But after listening to 2 of Cai Yiling's songs, the director's anger immediately dissipated. Lin Feng's fan meeting is already this amazing. Now, everyone is going to Lin Feng's New Year's Eve concert. Who would watch this pile of dog shit of ours? To use a classic line from an Indian judge, if you can't resist, then lie down and enjoy it. The director also entered his giving up mode. Just the number of people watching the live stream had already reached 100 million, and the number was still increasing. The most important thing was, although the name of this live room was Lin Feng Fan Meeting, Lin Feng hadn't even spoken yet, and the live room was already this popular. The director felt like crying without tears. How can we compete with this? We can't. How can we compete with this? We can't. However, this was tough for that staff member. Good heavens, old man, what about your own phone? You're watching on my phone. What am I supposed to do? Such a situation also occurred backstage at many TV New Year's Eve concerts. Staff members backstage watched through screens as singers, actors, and variety show performers on the front stage sang off-key, were tone-deaf, and postured provocatively. Aside from the posturing being somewhat appealing, there was nothing else interesting. These people were even being hypocritical. If you're going to be provocative, be completely provocative. Watching you all awkwardly trying to be both a hussy and a virtuous woman, wouldn't it be better for me to go to Kuoshu and watch those female streamers doing the big pendulum dance? Speaking of the big pendulum dance, I have something to say about it. What about the big pendulum dance with uniforms, the big pendulum dance with miniskirts, the big pendulum dance with tight jeans? I once saw someone watch for an entire day. Time, like grains of sand in an hourglass, slowly trickled away, minute by minute, second by second. Lin Feng and a group of singers took to the stage one after another, creating an exceptionally lively atmosphere. However, it was a slight pity that the songs performed by Zhang Xiaoyu and Lin Feng were both their past classics, and they did not bring any new music. Chen Zixuan, moreover, only sang 1 song before hastily leaving the stage, which inevitably left the audience in the live stream with a touch of regret. Just then, it was as if everyone suddenly realized something. Although the event was called Lin Feng's Fan Meeting, and the previous Kuoshu platform promotions had explicitly mentioned Lin Feng, Zhang Xiaoyu, and Chen Zixuan, in reality, the true intention of this fan meeting might have been to promote those fledgling newcomers. Facts proved that Lin Feng had indeed achieved this. Newcomers such as Wang Xinyu, Luo Zhixiang, Cai Yiling, and the male group Kai Kai Ba Ba, who appeared later, all emerged. Speaking of the group's name, it was indeed quite peculiar, even making people feel strange. However, upon closer inspection, one could seemingly discern a unique flavor from it. Of course, This special name was actually chosen by Lin Feng at random, and as for what was so special about it, Lin Feng himself didn't know, so he just acted mysterious and let the netizens figure it out themselves. However, in an era that seemed to have been standardized and stereotyped, this boy band was like a dazzling meteor, streaking across the sky, instantly breaking the public's deeply ingrained stereotypes about current boy bands. Nowadays, when people talk about boy bands, what images first come to mind? Nothing more than a large group of so-called little fresh meat with tender faces and a uniform appearance. Each of them seemed to have been cast from the same mold, completely lacking individuality. Not only that, these people often feigned delicacy, deliberately creating false personas that were severely inconsistent with their actual situations to attract attention. When nothing went wrong, each one was this and that, but once something happened, they all hid far away. Oh, I don't have that responsibility anymore. What was even more unbearable was that when it came to singing, their voices were as light as mosquitoes, barely audible. When it came to dancing, their movements were soft and weak, almost like willow branches swaying in the wind. With such a nauseating appearance, one could probably pick any high school girl and she could beat 100 of them. Just like the classic line from the top-tier influencer Ye Feng, "You have no roots." Speaking of Ye Feng, I want to take this opportunity to introduce more of his classic remarks. Who has a higher historical status, Zhu Kai or Fan Ji? LeBron and Curry are both secret, objective and neutral. No praise, no criticism. Durant, you must remember, you have no roots. I understand the chain is complete. Durant, don't clash with him. I get a little excited when I talk about our top influencer. Indeed, if these boy band members were described as delicate, almost like women, it would undoubtedly be a great insult to the female community. After all, true women possess many excellent qualities, such as resilience and independence, and are by no means comparable to these boy bands, who are merely superficial and lack any real strength. However, Kai Kai Baba was different. The four men in it were all very sunny and handsome, each with his own handsome points, full of positivity. Their singing was very pleasant, and their dance moves were even more powerful, and most importantly, at the end of their performance, because the scene was so explosive, these four guys tore off their shirts. Immediately, each of them revealed their 8-pack abs, and more than a dozen young ladies in the audience directly fainted, and the bullet screen in the live stream exploded even more. Damn it, this is what a boy band is, not those effeminate things. Can those things even be called men? I used to get angry watching those wimpy things on TV, a big man acting like a woman, and some fools just like such a group of things. Now looking at Kai Kai Baba, and then looking back at those little things, they are really a pile of dog shit. Oh no, I'm so annoyed now. Which of these four guys from Kai Kai Baba should I choose as my husband? At this time, some little fairies found it very difficult to choose. Children make choices, adults want them all, Lin Feng replied directly after seeing this bullet screen. How many more surprises will Lin Feng give us? Although it was a live broadcast, every time a song was sung, the name of the song, the performer, and the lyricist and composer would be displayed in the lower, left corner of the screen. Everyone was surprised to find that from Wang Xinyu's Love You to Kai Kai Baba's Superb Now, Lin Feng was truly too talented, and the style of each song was even different. Lin Feng, you must love and cherish Xiaoyu and never make a mistake. I have been used to eating your fine grain for the past 6 months, so please don't make me go back to eating coarse grain again. Someone began to pray that Lin Feng would never make a mistake. Since Lin Feng was already married, he should treat Xiaoyu well. Ye Xiaoyu looked at this comment and didn't know whether to laugh or cry. It was a good thing to have Lin Feng love and cherish her, but this was because you wanted to hear more of Lin Feng's music. All right, everyone calm down, calm down. Seeing that the audience at the scene had all left their seats and come near the stage, Ye Xiaoyu quickly came out to maintain order. But the current audience couldn't care less. When the four big men of Kai Kai Baba left the stage, they were already surrounded by more than 200 female audience members. They had worn shirts when they left the stage, but they had already been stripped naked by the female audience members. Some even more frantic ones directly tried to pull down their pants, which scared the four guys from Kai Kai Baba. Lin Feng quickly said at this time, "Everyone, if you're going to pull off shirts, then pull off shirts, but please don't pull off pants." All right. Everyone return to your seats. We are going to perform the next program now, Ye Xiaoyu said again, and finally, everyone reluctantly returned to their seats. Next, let's enjoy the sketch protagonist and supporting actor brought to us by teacher Chen Xiaoxi and teacher Zhu Ershi. Everyone, please welcome them with applause. Everyone had seen sketches on the Spring Festival Gala before, which were nothing more than happy endings, ending with making dumplings. It was really boring, but everyone was very much looking forward to this sketch, because everyone knew that the sketch at Lin Feng's fan meeting would definitely be different from before. The crosstalk performance by Guo Gang and teacher Yu Qian earlier was the best example. Next, let's welcome Chen Xiaoxi and Zhu Ershi with a round of applause. As Ye Xiaoyu exited, the main stage lights suddenly brightened. Zhu Ershi, dressed in a military uniform from the War of Resistance period, with a turtle box pistol slung over his shoulder, looked very spirited. At this moment, Chen Xiaoxi, wearing a white shirt, walked out from the entrance with a mischievous grin. Zhu Ershi, with his thick eyebrows and large eyes, exuded an aura of righteousness, while Chen Xiaoxi, with his bald head, looked awkward no matter how one saw him. It wasn't that he was ugly, but he just gave off a sneaky vibe. As soon as these two appeared, their contrasting images left a huge impression on the audience. This isn't right, is it? Why am I wearing this costume? Chen Xiaoxi stepped onto the stage and the skit officially began. Protagonist and supporting actor Lin Feng could guarantee with a pat on his chest that this was the most classic among many skits. There was no other, this was the best skit. Lin Feng would argue with anyone who disagreed. You are a traitor. Which time? This time. Oh, I betrayed them again this time. The two on stage continued their performance, but the audience below was already laughing unrestrainedly. The audience in the live stream also found it somewhat hard to hold back their laughter. Oh my, that word again is used with such spirit. Ha 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 ha, has this guy been playing traitors ever since he debuted? Isn't that a bit too tragic? He's practically a professional traitor. And with just these few lines, the theme was set. Zhu Ershi was the protagonist, and Chen Xiaoxi was to play his supporting role in the play. But our classmate Chen Xiaoxi was unwilling to play a supporting role, and so a series of disruptive behaviors followed, leading to various unexpected jokes. Ha 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 ha, oh my god, I can't laugh anymore, my tears are about to come out. Yang Xiaoyun's laughter hadn't stopped from the beginning until now, and because her voice was very unique, and she laughed heartily from the bottom of her heart, the entire living room echoed with Yang Xiaoyun's infectious laughter. People like Ye Xiaoyu, and Chen Zixuan still wanted to maintain some decorum and laugh without showing their teeth, but this show was truly too funny. Within a few minutes, they couldn't help but hold their stomachs and burst into laughter. I can't take it anymore, my stomach hurts from laughing. Chen Zixuan clutched her stomach, tears already streaming down her face from laughter. And on the other side, Ye Xiaoyu was not doing any better. Xiaoyu, what are you yelling about? What time is it? A girl was watching the skit at home, laughing as she watched. Her laughter was so loud that her mother heard it from the living room and came in to ask. Mom, come quickly, this skit is too funny, Xiaoyu said with a smile to her mother, wiping her tears. In just a moment, the mother and daughter were laughing so hard, they were leaning back and forth, Xiaoyu hitting the table with her hand as she roared with laughter. Xiaoxi, you don't understand your situation at all. How do I not understand? Look at your image, this nose, these eyes, this face, it's 1 in 1,000 years. Chen Xiaoxi smiled broadly upon hearing Zhu Ershi praise him, but no matter how one looked at it, the smile seemed a bit comical. Someone like you, a petty thief, a hooligan, a running dog, a traitor, an illegal vendor, you don't need to act, just stand there and it's enough. Zhu Ershi spoke to himself, completely ignoring Chen Xiaoxi's already ashen face. So after thousands of years, only a thing like this came out, Chen Xiaoxi said coldly. Oh my, Teacher Zhu spoke right to my heart, a netizen commented. Teacher Chen has found his niche. Teacher Zhu, you and I know it in our hearts, there's really no need to say it out loud. Is Teacher Zhu scolding Teacher Chen, or is he scolding Teacher Chen? The skit continued, and then Chen Xiaoxi, unable to bear it any longer, decided to stop acting. In order to make Chen Xiaoxi understand the difference between the two of them, Zhu Ershi decided to switch roles with Chen Xiaoxi. At this point, the most explosive moment of this skit arrived. You say someone like me, dressed in this uniform, I'd still be an underground worker. As he spoke, Zhu Ershi pointed at Chen Xiaoxi and continued, and look at this one. This is clearly a spy who has infiltrated our army. Following Zhu Ershi's words, Chen Xiaoxi turned around. At this moment he didn't even need to speak, just his appearance was enough to make people burst into laughter. Although it was the same military uniform, it looked very good on Zhu Ershi, making him appear spirited, but on Chen Xiaoxi, it looked awkward no matter how one looked at it. Chen Xiaoxi stood with his hands on his hips, his belly protruding. He wore the military uniform as if he were a ruffian. Little devil. Chen Xiaoxi patted Zhu Ershi's shoulder, the action as comical as could be. Ha 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 ha, I suggest the relevant departments investigate teacher Chen Xiaoxi's family background. This guy doesn't seem to be acting. Teacher Zhu she was right, an image like this truly comes once in 1,000 years. This person truly doesn't need to act to play a traitor, he is a traitor in the flesh. The scene continued. Because this time Chen Xiaoxi was the protagonist, Chen Xiaoxi felt that he needed to make an entrance before the main act began. He wanted to make a grand appearance. This made Zhu Ershi so angry, someone like him still wants to make a grand appearance. The result was another row of audience members collapsing in laughter. The scene continued. After Chen Xiaoxi's earth-shattering, ghost-wailing entrance, old Zhu finally appeared. Who's there? Captain, don't shoot, it's me. Oh, it's you, kid. Let me ask you, was it you who led the Roman 20 army too? What? Zhu Ershi quickly asked. The audience was already going crazy with laughter. This was absolutely the pillar of traitors. Oh, was it you who led the Japanese devils here? Captain, the Japanese devils asked me to bring you a message. What did the Imperial Army say? Chen Xiaoxi said with his hands on his hips, his back to the audience, full of imposing presence. And at this moment, all the audience members, the live audience, the audience in front of their computers, in front of their televisions, in front of their phones, in front of their radios, and in front of their pagers were laughing so hard they couldn't stand straight. Oh my God, I haven't laughed this happily in a long time, Dang Shayin said, wiping her tears. Can't laugh anymore. If I keep laughing I'll get crow's feet. Nonsense, who would surrender without benefits? Chen Xiaoxi, hearing that surrendering to the Japanese devils had no benefits, immediately grew anxious and loudly and righteously said to Zhu Ershi. Yes, I stand with teacher Chen Xiaoxi on this one. There's absolutely no problem with what he said, look at how righteous teacher Chen Xiaoxi looks. The people in the live stream were also causing a stir at this time. The performance continued, and at this point, the audience watching Lin Feng's fan meeting live stream was already laughing uncontrollably because the protagonist and the supporting role was truly hilarious. Aha, I get it, so you've been taking kickbacks from all the benefits the commander-in-chief gave me, Chen Xiaoxi said, pulling out his pistol and pointing it at Zhu Ershi, shouting. Ha 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 ha, everyone burst into laughter at Chen Xiaoxi's performance, even teacher Zhu Ershi almost broke character. Is this really a positive character? Teacher Zhu Ershi was a bit speechless. Did you or didn't you? I really didn't. Don't kid around, do you think I don't know? Chen Xiaoxi said with a smile at this moment. What do you know? Zhu Ershi adjusted his hat and asked softly. The Imperial Army told me everything when I came. What did the devils say? Zhu Ershi asked seriously as he walked. The Imperial Army asked me to relay a message to you. Chen Xiaoxi, hunched over in a servile manner, said to Zhu Ershi, as long as you surrender your weapon and join the Imperial Army, they guarantee you a lifetime of wealth and glory, lots and lots of gold notes. Chen Xiaoxi said this line so naturally, as if it was already engraved deep in his memory. And finally, when Zhu Ershi shot him, Chen Xiaoxi, lying on the ground, immediately stood up, looked at his military uniform, and then came to a realization. Wait, I'm the protagonist. The entire skit concluded with Chen Xiaoxi's line, and immediately after the skit ended, the 300 people present, including Lin Feng and others, all stood up and applauded. Of course, it wasn't just the live audience. The viewers watching the Kuaishu live stream were also cheering loudly. This skit is amazing. Although I've never watched any skits in my life, I dare say this is definitely the most brilliant one, a comment in the live stream said. This skit is top tier in the entire skit world. Chen Xiaoxi and teacher Zhu Ershi's performance is truly outstanding. I dare say, the Imperial Army asked me to relay a message to you, and Captain, don't shoot, it's me. These lines will definitely become the hottest lines this year. I won't accept it if a skit like this doesn't make it to the Spring Festival Gala. I agree with the person above. I won't accept it if this skit doesn't make it to the Spring Festival Gala. Haha, I've already recorded the entire skit. I'll watch it again during the Spring Festival Gala. Oh my, the person above is a genius. Alright, thank you to Chen Xiaoxi and teacher Zhu Ershi for their wonderful skit. Next, let's continue to enjoy the skit To Help or Not to Help, brought to you by Lin Feng and Ma Mei. After Chen Xiaoxi and teacher Zhu Ershi left the stage, Ye Xiaoyu composed herself and once again went on stage to introduce the next program. Oh my, there's another skit? I love watching skits the most right now. When the audience in the live stream heard that the next program was also a skit, they were all filled with anticipation. I've already started recording. Come on, my little darling. As Ye Xiaoyu exited the stage, Lin Feng walked up, dragging a damaged bicycle and muttering to himself. Just a few simple words made everyone burst into laughter, not because the words themselves were so funny, but because the man's name was very special. How giant, so cheap. Good name, this name alone has already won. As the plot began, Ma Mei also made her entrance. Thus, the two began a splendid performance. Ma Mei, playing an old lady, accidentally fell, and Hao Jian, who claimed to be addicted to doing good deeds, immediately stepped forward to help her. But Ma Mei was so disoriented from the fall that when she saw Hao Jian's injured face and damaged bicycle, she thought he had hit her. Thus, a hilarious story unfolded before the audience. This is a very common social phenomenon now. There are often news reports of kind-hearted people being accused by elderly people they help of having knocked them down. There's even a group of people who specialize in using this to scam money. Of course, a classic line also emerged from this: if you didn't hit them, why would you help them? The value of these 12 words is truly high. Countless people have copied this sentence and even framed it as a life motto. Now, Lin Feng and Ma Mei have performed this segment for everyone in the form of a skit, and of course, many famous quotes and golden lines appeared within it. How is it? Warm enough? It's the Lin Feng edition. Can you still feel the merciless wind and rain beating down? Of course, this line, because the second half was originally a song lyric, was changed by Lin Feng, so the comedic effect wasn't as strong, but that didn't stop it from becoming a classic. Auntie, where are you off to blow up a pillbox? Especially when that unlucky ex-husband passed by on his bicycle and told Lin Feng that he had helped 3 fallen old ladies before. Lin Feng was very curious about the outcome. The ex-husband, with tears in his eyes, uttered that most classic line: "Let me put it this way, brother, I used to drive a Mercedes-Benz." Just this one line made the scene explode, and what was even more outrageous was that Lin Feng bowed deeply in the direction the ex-husband had left. Of course, there were many other classic lines like this. For example, when the plot reversed and Lin Feng was lying on the ground twitching, Ma Mei said anxiously, "What he said, those are all my lines," which made everyone laugh even harder. Soon, the skit ended. Everyone even felt a bit unsatisfied, so teacher Guo Gang and teacher Yu Qian temporarily went on stage and performed a crosstalk segment. This crosstalk was also written by Lin Feng, called I Want to Transmigrate. After listening to the entire 30-minute crosstalk, the audience not only didn't find it boring but was instead amused and laughed heartily. The humor in this crosstalk came from how teacher Guo Gang, after each transmigration, only had a few minutes or even tens of seconds before he was either granted death by Bai Ling or blown up by a bomb. Even more so, in Guan Yu's journey through 5 passes and slaying 6 generals, teacher Guo Gang alone accounted for 4 spots, being beheaded by Guan Yu 4 times in a row. Just when he finally managed to become Guan Yu, he arrived at Meichang. After listening to this crosstalk, the only thought in everyone's mind was, this isn't transmigration. This is going to seek death. And as teacher Guo Gang's performance ended, the time had already reached midnight. At this point, fireworks began to be set off in the villa, and everyone raised their glasses to celebrate a happy new year. Time flies so fast, in the blink of an eye, it's a new day. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our last performer to the stage with a round of applause. Let's give a round of applause to Deng Zifeng for her first song, Bubble. After Ye Xiaoyu finished speaking, she once again stepped off the stage. At this moment, The lights on the main stage began to dim. Eventually, a spotlight shone on Ding Zifeng, who was the last to take the stage. Unlike the singers who performed before, such as Wang Xinyu, Luo Zhixiang, and Kai Yilin, Deng Zifeng's appearance was not as striking. But everyone knew one thing. If she didn't have real talent, Lin Feng would absolutely not let her be the closing act.